better than that." Josie looked up, a frown on her face.
"That's Mia Vance. She's in my class at school. I was waiting for her to look up so I could wave and say hi."
How could she have thought otherwise? Josie had spent her life being stared at, and if she stared, it was not because of a person's differences, but for some other reason. In this case, friendship. "Why don't you go over and say hello?"
"You always tell me not to bother the customers."
"This is different. She's a friend. Go say hi." Jaymie finished her work and stood back. The kitchen section was her pride and joy, neatly organized shelves and racks with everything to stock a cook's kitchen. She tidied the rest, returning order to the bins, then looked up to find Josie. She was still with her friend, and Hoppy had joined them, staring up intently at the two girls. Together they were perusing the kids' books, arranged in a spinner rack. Joining them, Jaymie said, "Josie, will you introduce me to your friend?" It was something they had practiced. Josie's brown eyes lit up, and she stood as tall as she could, plump hands clasped in front of her.
"Mama, this is Mia Vance, my friend from school. Mia, this is my mama, Jaymie."
The little girl, sandy hair pulled back with a pink ribbon, freckles sprinkled over her cheeks, smiled shyly. Jaymie gave Josie's shoulder a squeeze, and as the two girls went back to the books, she looked up at the woman nearby, who glanced over and smiled. "Hi, I'm Josie's mom, Jaymie Leighton Muller," she said with a little wave. "You're Mia's mom?" "Alicia Vance," she said. She had light brown hair pulled back in a ponytail, medium brown eyes, and some of the same freckles her daughter had, but lighter. She was slim and fit, wearing yoga pants, running shoes, and a zipped jacket. "I take it the girls are in the same class." "They are. Mia is probably the kid who is closest to Josie in height in their class," Jaymie commented. Alicia smiled, gazing at Josie and her daughter. "They're so cute together." "I've seen you at pickup and drop-off." The two girls had taken a stack of books over to a chair and were reading together. Hoppy begged to come up, and Josie lifted him carefully to sit between them, where he was one happy little dog. "Yeah, I usually do that myself," Alicia said, tearing her gaze away from the two girls. "My mom or sister steps in sometimes. My husband passed away a few years ago, so they pick up the slack when necessary, when I can't get away from work." "I'm sorry for your loss," Jaymie said. "Do your in-laws live close by? Can they help? My husband's parents are awesome at taking Josie when necessary." "It's just my father-in-law, Franklin, and Jace's older brother, Lou. Lou tries to help when he can, but he works long hours. As for Franklin," she rolled her eyes, "not too reliable, you know?" "What do you do?" "I'm service coordinator at Queensville Clean and Bright. The job is somewhat flexible." "Jacob and I work different jobs, so we alternate taking Josie to school and picking her up." "I've seen him. I think he owns this store?" "Co-owns, with Gus Majewski. They have a young couple who runs the place much of the time, though," she said of the ex-military couple Jacob hired a year ago. Her expression sobered and she looked away, frowning. "I suppose we'd better get going. I need cupboard handles. I hate the cheap ones that are on our cupboard doors." "Old ones are better made," Jaymie said. "Like most things. I was here sorting a new bunch of kitchen utensils and snagging some for the Queensville Historic Manor. I'm a historical reenactor there and take care of the kitchen collection. We're doing a whole display of vintage whisks called Whisk Me Away to the Past. I'm going to guide Josie and Mia's class on a tour next month. I hope you'll join us." "I'll try. Can't promise." She met Jamie's gaze and a smile lit up her face. "Hey, I have a whole box of my grandmother's kitchen stuff. I think there are a few old whisks in there. I'll have a look." "Sure," Jaymie said with muted enthusiasm. Many times she had been offered vintage finds, only to get a box of broken junk. But you never know, she thought. "I'd love to take a look at them," she added, with more warmth. Alicia stared at her for a moment, biting.